Yeah. You already know what it is. Dancehall Hot Seat. Got my co-host with me, the most ugliest co-host in the world.
Yes, Mr. Good Looking. Yes, the big nose.
I got the Pizzles Ravers in the building.
Dancehall Hot Seat.
On top of that, we got an icon, in the building, loving hip hop Miami, and a whole bunch more other things.
Aren't them pretty?
We got Miami Tip in here. Miami Tip 305 on IG if y'all want to follow. What's up, Tip? How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you? I like that icon.
You an icon?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, she is.
Cause you started a lot of stuff with people out here.
Yeah.
Like you was like the stamp to like
everything.
Everything, basically, right? That's what you feel?
Yes.
So how long you been running Miami? You was born here?
No, I wasn't born here. I was born in New York. I was raised here though. All I know is okay, let me say this. Miami, I was born in New York. I moved to Coral Springs. So Coral Springs is where I went to school, elementary, middle, and I went to Stoneman Douglas High School.
Oh yeah?
So then I moved to Fort Lauderdale. I started doing my thing in Fort Lauderdale. Miami, I never lived in Miami. I just get money in Miami, so I call myself Miami Tip.
So basically, you Lauderdale Tip, kind of.
Not really, because
a little bit.
I'm more Coral Springs Parkland Tip. Like, because Lauderdale, I would just run away from Coral Springs to go run the streets in Fort Lauderdale, but that's not where my family was based.
Okay,
that's just where I hung out at.
Okay.
So I don't know, Coral Springs, Lauderdale Tip, whatever.
What age you leave New York?
Why? Because my mom.
What age?
Oh, what age? You know I don't understand a lot. This is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. Y'all gonna have to help me. So I left at I got here at like 10.
When you were 10?
Yeah. So I don't really know. I mean, I go visit and shit, but it's not home.
Okay. You got family there still?
Yeah, everybody's in New York. It's just me, my mom, and my brother here.
Brooklyn, Bronx.
Nah, we're from Long Island.
Oh, wow. Uptown. He stay uptown.
We're from Brentwood, Long Island. Yeah.
All right.
Well, I come from the hood in Long Island. It's not like pretty.
There's no hood in Long Island.
We don't know about that.
We're sorry. There's no hood in Long Island.
I'm from Suffolk County, Brentwood. Like it's not.
Okay, not Brentwood. That's what
like by Wine Dance and all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's not
in Brentwood.
It ain't no. And then when we moved here, it wasn't like we moved to the Coral Springs, but we lived where all the black people lived in Coral Springs. We ain't live like in the big houses and Eagle Trace and shit. We ain't live like that.
On the other side.
Yeah, we lived on the other side. Yeah.
So what made y'all move to Miami? What brought y'all to Florida?
I guess my mom wanted a better life for me and my brother, and it kind of worked out. I mean, I feel like if I was still in New York, I wouldn't be where I'm at, or I wouldn't have went through a lot of stuff that I went through. So I'm happy she made that decision.
Only daughter, only girl, one brother.
My mom's daughter. Am I the only child? Yeah. Got it. No.
Don't worry, T.
No, I got a brother. Well, for my mom, I got a brother. That's my brother. But my dad got other kids. We're cool. We all right.
Your dad's from
He's from New York. No.
He's from New York?
Yeah.
He's American?
Everybody's from New York. Yeah, he's
Your mother's American too?
Yeah, we're American.
Y'all don't got no background of...
My mom's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
And my dad is black.
Oh, yeah?
We're American, nigga. We was born in America. We was born in America.
What's your relationship like with your parents?
My dad, I don't fuck with my dad. My mom, that's my best friend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's my partner in crime, Yeah. Yeah, but I don't fuck with my dad.
So you moved to Miami. When you moved to Miami, you went to school. You graduated high school.
I went to school sometimes. I was a hustler from early, real young. I was already
17?
outside. 13. I was already outside. I've been popular growing up since 13. And I've been getting money. I've been in and out the streets. I've always dated older dope boys. You know what I'm saying? So I would go to school just to wear my new clothes or show off my baby daddy's car or something like that. I wouldn't go just to learn some shit, even though I was very smart.
But you didn't really complete the task.
Yeah, no, I didn't graduate. I got a GED, but I got a GED years later. Yeah, I went to an alternative school. I went to Woodin Rogers because I just wouldn't. School wasn't my thing.
You had time for that.
I was trying to get money. My mom
Yeah, what pushed you to the streets? What pushed you to the streets?
My mom my mom's a worker. Like her whole mentality from back then was like, you gotta work a 9 to 5 and you save up your little money and you just work to pay the rent and stuff like that. So she never like really pushed me to be like an entrepreneur or a boss. She didn't have that boss mentality. So but what she did do was, in middle school down here, we didn't have a lot of money, so she was like, you got to sell candy in school. So I would sell candy, I would sell juices and shit in school. So that's how my hustling came in. So I was making money in middle school and I was able to buy like my Jordans and shit like that, you know. So then I started working at McDonald's, which was like a great thing to her, but I hated it. So I would work at the back drive-through window, and I would overcharge people. So at the end of the night, I would come up like $30, $40. I would overcharge, even if it was like 50 cents, and I kept track of it. And so at the end of the night, I would take out the drawer. I would take out my $30 or my $40 that I worked. Yeah. So and then I worked at after that. I worked at Workforce One, and Workforce One helps like people in need. So they give away like bus vouchers, they give away clothes vouchers and stuff like that. So at this time, I was pregnant with my son, so I was taking all their clothes vouchers and their bus vouchers and like selling the bus vouchers and keeping all the clothes vouchers. That's how my son was able to be so fly when I had him, because I was taking all the clothes vouchers.
That shit, bro.
The clothes vouchers. Where you was going to get clothes at? Like
they had like what was in the mall? Bird Irons. They had Bird Irons vouchers. They had TJ Maxx vouchers.
What?
Yeah, they had decent vouchers. Like my son was fly. Like.
Came up.
Yeah, so then I would sell the bus vouchers and stuff like that, and then my mom went through a situation and I wasn't fucking with my baby daddy, and then I ended up in the strip club. But I always been, you know, hustling. I always was finessing, and through all this, I always had like a nigga that I was finessing, like, you know, paying my little T-Mobile bill, giving me my little 300 to go to Rainbows. You know what I'm saying? Like, so through it all, I always had me a little, you know. So I didn't really have to spend a lot, but yeah. Then I ended up in the strip club. So I just always had that hustler mentality.
But what initially brought you to the strip club? Was it somebody like, yo, come dance over here, or did you think of it yourself, like, yo, I could go to the strip club and be this? And I
had a homegirl that she was young. We were like 16 and she was already dancing, but she had a body, like her body was.
So we were 16. Y'all was both 16.
We were both 16, but she was already like matured. Like her body was there. I was very athletic, so my body was very tight, very muscular, stuff like that. I wasn't like she was, and she was already dancing because she was from Overtown, and she like came, you know, Overtown's like, you know, so she was like, you should come dance. After this is like, I want to say before I had I knew I was pregnant, but I was like not showing yet. She was like, you should come dance. She was dancing at Angels in Miami. Angels was like a little hood. It's like this size. It was like a Haitian club. All the Haitian scammers was in there. This back in the days. And I went and tried it, and I ain't never looked back.
Word?
I'm lying. You know what? That's the second time I danced. The first time I danced was here on Broward Boulevard at Club Ecstasy.
Oh, word?
That's when I first started dancing. I was 16. I lied to the man and told him I was from Jamaica, and I didn't have my credentials. I didn't have ID or nothing. I swear.
Yo.
And then he was like, you could dance. And I danced, and I did it for like 2 weeks. And then after I had my son, that's when I went to Angels. That was my first club after I had my son, and then I never looked back from then.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, like, on your first night, you made mad money?
I made $700 my first night, but that was a lot at one. I ain't never seen $700 at one time that I made. You know, so it was a lot, and I was just.
Like, I'm going back tomorrow. I'm going.
Yeah, and I wasn't nervous or nothing. I grew up being in a dance group, like the booty shaking groups. They had like extreme measures and high voltage. So I was already I already was used to having an audience and dancing in front of people, and I already was like high energy or whatever. So when I first went to dance, everybody's like all sexy, making their ass clap and stuff like that, and then I get on stage and start like booty shaking and shit. But they liked it. I looked a fool, but they liked it. So
changed the game.
Right.
So when you went inside a strip club now, is that when you started, like, your hustle started turning up a different way? Like, did you start looking at customers like, let me see what I could do. Let me see if I could get this amount out of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Like, what was your like perspective? Like, did you start looking at people a certain different way in the strip club?
I mean, no, because I was brought up around like hustlers, dope boys, niggas getting money, and that's really just what the strip club was. Just that was their hangout. You know what I'm saying? So I was just surrounded pretty much by everybody I already knew because I was already in the streets. I was already involved in it. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really. It was just a way of life, I guess. Except I was naked. I don't know.
So you on your biggest night, how much you ever think you walked out of the club with?
I worked 30,000 was like at one night was my
You did 30 racks one night?
Cash?
Yeah, it was my 19th birthday party.
19th birthday, 30 racks.
Yeah.
Heavy.
I had like all the Miami Heat in there. Then I was kind of like fucking with one of the players and shit.
You ain't gonna tell us his name?
No, and then like all.
what number he wore?
I don't even know because I ain't even watched this shit.
Did he start?
Yeah,
he
was big. He's still big.
But
he doesn't play. But he's still like a Hall of Famer type nigga. You know,
sound like Shaq and shit.
No, no. But what I forgot what we were saying. Oh, we were talking about the night that I made the most money. So it was a bunch of like Dolphin players, Heat players, like everybody who was somebody came there for my birthday, and I made 30,000 on my stage set.
And what you bought the next day?
Probably a car or something. Cars was my fetish. Cars has always been my downfall and my fetish. So I probably did some dumb shit like go spend 20 grand to put down on a new car that was gonna make me pay $2,000 a month and shit like that. Dumb shit, but it was cool for the time. I don't regret it.
When I look at you, right, you're like the GOAT, like the icon of like what a stripper should be. Like, do you feel like that? Like, do you feel like you created a lot of people out here? Like, people mimicked your styles to create who they was, to be who they are? I feel like, I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously, I made the pole dancing popular, but it wasn't like I set out to be the stripper nigga. I was just trying to get money and take care of my family. Yeah. But I didn't have the body that all the other girls had. So I had to make up for that by being wild or being different on stage, which is how I started climbing the pole. I noticed I couldn't, these girls just standing there shaking their ass because they fine and making thousands. I would have to act like a monkey to do the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in the circus doing this shit. So, but once people started gravitating towards it, it did start making girls step their game up as far as their stage presence. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just stand, you can't go on stage after tip. Nobody wanted to go on stage after me. Like, they was tipping the DJ not to put them on stage after me. But then I know a lot of girls that didn't come in the game doing the pole, but after watching and seeing what it can do and having a blueprint, it helped them out. They started mimicking a little bit, and everybody created their own style. So I do feel like I started something, and I did change the game in that sense.
Does the street give you credit for that?
Yeah, I get a lot of love. I don't have no negativity, and people always, like, everybody always big me up. Every artist, like, that's how I'm able to still be in tune with a lot of people, and my name is still relevant. You know what I'm saying? Because people, they always show me love. They always respect me. I don't really have no complaints on that side. And a lot of girls do. They always pay homage. Some of them overly do it. But it's cool. I mean, I fuck with it, right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's some of them that really be like, tip, like, you changed the game, you helped me out. Like, man, you was what I looked up to. It's a lot of them that do that. And it's some girls that just be like, whatever. But I don't need nobody to give me credit or nothing like that,
When you was a kid, you like climbed trees and shit?
I was a tomboy. I climbed trees. I grew up playing soccer. I grew up running track. Like, I was very tough. I grew up fighting all my cousins. My mom is like one of them real tough New York. Like, you better. So I was definitely very rough around the edges. I was very athletic. So me doing the pole, it just fit right in. You was trying to be funny, nigga, but it's the truth. Yes, I was climbing trees. Yes, my legs was always bruised up. Yes, I was fucking scruffing in the streets. Yes.
Right. Works out though.
Right. Yeah.
So he was in a strip club. All right. So tell me, right? The night you fell off the pole. What happened? Like what? Do you know? Like, at this point, this is where I fucked up.
Well. That night I hadn't worked, like,
it was a Friday night, and at that time I wasn't working Friday nights because it wasn't this at KOD. It wasn't like really big like that, and I would prefer to work a Monday than a Friday. But my homegirl, who was suspended for like 10 years, it was her first night back at KOD, so she's like, man, I don't want to go by myself. Come with me.
She got suspended for 10 years from KOD?
2 years.
Oh,
I said 10?
Yeah.
2 years.
All right.
I don't even think KOD was open. I don't even think KOD was open 10 years. I don't know. It might have been.
It's called Dancehall Hot Seat.
It's the weed, yo.
You came back after that?
But yeah, so she's like, I want you to come with me. I don't want to go by myself. And I was like, fuck, I don't work Fridays. So that was like red flag number 1. But I was like, all right, I'll go. Then I overslept. She wanted to be there by like 12 or 1. And I overslept to like 2. And she was like, I still want to go. So I'm like, all right. So I overslept. That's like red flag number 2.
You don't work on what?
On a Friday.
Oh, you don't work on Fridays?
At that time, I wasn't working. It didn't make sense to work Friday.
Monday used to be it.
Right. So I would rather wait till Monday.
Okay.
So then we get there. The bartender's like, no, we asked for 2 shots. She said she wasn't going to drink. So when I go upstairs, they're rushing me. They're like, yo, it's people downstairs. They got some money. They was like from some other country. It was like, there's nobody here to entertain them. Like, they got bread. Go down there, whatever. So now I'm rushing. I'm rushing to throw on makeup and do my hair, whatever. So that's like red flag number 3. And then before I run down, I take both the shots. So a lot of people were saying, oh, Tip was drunk. At this time, I wasn't drinking like that. Like, I waited till I turned like 21 to start drinking. And when I first started drinking, I was like not like that. But since she wasn't taking her shot, I took both shots of, it was peach Ciroc that I was drinking at that time. And then I run downstairs. I go downstairs. I used to always go on the first stage, the main stage, stage 1. They were like, no, the people on the other side on stage 3. So that was like red flag number 4. So I'm like, all right, fuck, like, you know, doing like my sets and stuff, it's kind of like being like being an athlete. Like, you're comfortable doing certain plays and certain positions. Like, that's what you're used to. So when they put me on stage 3, it was already kind of awkward. But I'm like, and me, I used to, like, my anxiety used to be really high before I go on stage. Like, it's not that I'm shy. It's like I would get butterflies and everything. So like all that shit going on stage, and then I'm not on stage 1, I'm on stage 3. Like, it was just a lot going on for me. So I get on stage, do what I normally do, whatever. But then I'm swinging like off the beam of the pole, and something like hits my hand, because on top of the thing, it's like a lot of dust. It's in the ceiling. They don't clean it. It's a lot of dust, chip paint, shit like that. So something like sticks my hand. So out of reaction wise, I just like drop my hand. But when I drop my hand, I realized, bitch, I got to get back to the pole. So I try to grab the pole, but I underestimated how far I was from. I was still too far. So I go to grab the pole, and I fell. So there was a customer down at the bottom, and they said that I bounced off of him. If I would have went straight from the top of the pole to the floor, the impact would have been like way harder than what it was, and I probably wouldn't have made it, because they said like 5 more minutes my artery was like was bleeding to death. Yeah. So yeah.
It was like ambulance came, rushed you out of there. Party was done.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was how the story went. You know, I thought it was a totally different story.
Nah, and then so my obituary was sinking, so I have like a metal plate under my left eye. I broke my jaw, so my jaw was wired shut, and I had to do like 6 weeks. No, I had to do 8 weeks, and then I made them take it off at 6 weeks because I was getting tired of having my jaw wired. And then they were like, if we take it off now, your jaw's not gonna heal the proper way. And I was like, I don't give a fuck, take this shit off. But I regret not taking it off because my jaw did not heal the proper way, so I still have like, you can still see where it's fractured. I lost a kidney because the artery to my kidney that's the one that was going to bleed to death. So the kidney is there, but it's dead. So I only have 1 kidney. And then my knee, I had something like a meniscus or something in my knee is like fucked up.
How long it took you to recover?
Probably I want to say probably like 8 months in total. But I lost my memory also. Like, my memory is like fucked up from the trauma. And it was something that I noticed like soon as I came back to normal or whatever. Like, I have to write everything down.
Yeah, you don't remember like certain.
A lot of stuff.
Things from the
past. Certain things that happened in the past. Certain names, like, or if you could tell me a number, I'll probably like forget it. Like I have to write everything down. So the doctor said that came from the trauma. Yeah.
Did you come up off of it? Like, did you ever sue King of Diamonds or anything?
So I went through a lawsuit with them, and I could have won, but I was not being consistent as far as I had to go to the chiropractor, and the chiropractor was far. Then I had to do so much shit, and then I still had love for KOD and the people there. So so I didn't follow all the way through with it. I probably could have won. Well, they said that I was gonna win because there was no insurance. I didn't never fill out because of who I was. I didn't have to fill out an application. So there was a lot of faults there and a lot of like loopholes that I could have went through that I would have won. But it was I just had like personal relationships with people that I was just like, you know what?
Burn that
bridge. It's too much to make this shit happen. Fuck this shit.
How much money you was talking about?
No, in the millions.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I definitely would have got at least one. For sure.
I'm sure they gave you something though, like
they showed me a lot of love. Like they did like a couple of Monday night like stage sets for me. They would send me money. Plies sent me money. A lot of people came together and sent me money, so I was straight, and it wasn't like I just didn't want to do it because of the personal ties. I just didn't feel right after a while. I started it, but then I was like, man, fuck this shit.
So did you end up coming back? Like
like 2 years later or 3 years later, I went back on a Memorial Day weekend, and
dancing again.
You did the same tricks and like you went up there again?
And I made 11,000 that first night I went back on the stage.
After that far, you went back in the club?
You went back up there again and did the same trick?
Well, yeah. I mean, so the first year I took off, I did no working, no nothing. It was like a mental thing or whatever. The second year, I was scared to dance, so I did waitressing. I was waitressing at the office, and I tried G5, but I didn't like it. And so that's what helped me work my way back up to wanting to dance, because it was G5 and KOD at the time, and I was doing G5 as a waitress, but I was like, I won't dance here. It's not enough money or whatever. It's not enough hype. So then I started going to KOD and hang out, and then I was like, fuck it. It was Memorial Day weekend. It was hosted by Floyd Mayweather. I knew I was gonna get some money off of him. I was like, fuck it. I really started off like I'm gonna just do it one time. And then it was like I made 11,000 in 10 minutes. I was like,
some of them tricks.
It was easy. It came back like I never like practiced or nothing. Like even now, I haven't danced in like almost. I'm over 4 years, so maybe like 4.5 years. And I went on the pole like a couple weeks ago, just seeing, and it just comes back natural, like without no practicing or nothing.
You're brave. Me not go up in that blood clot. You're mad.
Yo, when I went to King of Diamonds,
you must be crazy.
That seemed like the highest pole I've ever seen in my life.
That shit is way up there.
It's like 35 feet.
Bro. And then stopped right before she. I'm like,
thinking about that shit, I know she always like way up in the fucking hill, bro. You jump up and you go back.
It's high.
You're brilliant.
Just to go up there and swing around is I'm
and
like,
then what? It's high. It's a high pole, and then the stage is high itself. The stage was as tall as me.
Well, we know the club, man. We know it's like
what the money look like from up there when they.
This nigga's retarded.
You got hard.
Yeah.
So it was no practice to go back. Like it was none of that.
I just went back. I feel like your body my body. I did it for so long. It was a way of life. Like it just.
What star threw the most money? That you can remember, like that nigga really threw some money that night.
I don't know. They all did.
Did your friends did they support you going back?
It was a big thing. I mean, obviously, me coming back, they did like a whole Miami Tip return. Like it was a big thing.
You my friend, I ain't going that first day. I'll be home and they tell me about it now. I'll come the next week or so, but I ain't.
Everybody knew I was ready. I was healed. I don't know. But
were your body really ill though? Were you really ill going back?
Alright, so why was the name changed? Because I remember you were like Tip Jill, or was it always Miami Tip?
No, I changed my name because I started doing music, and then I was doing music for a way out of the strip club, you know? So I was like, I don't want people to not take me serious, and every time they think of me as an artist, they think of me as a stripper, and then it just conflicts. So I was like, I need to come up with an artist name. So my Tip is, everybody calls me Tip anyways. So Tip was a short, and then we in Miami, so it became Miami Tip.
Yo, Tip, I don't see nothing wrong with that though. That's the most big females that
what?
Game.
The stripper name, but the stripper name so Tip Drill is so ugly. It just had a ring to it. I hated that name. It just sounded good.
You spent more money. Then I mean, know that you're doing artist now. We don't spend we don't care.
But see, I could have done it if I was trying to be like every other female artist, and I was promoting pussy popping and stripping and getting, sucking dick for money. That's not what I was about. So, and for me, it was like it was a way out of that. It was more substance to me. That's what I wanted to show. So, like, me doing music, I feel like I was doing music before all the strippers and everybody was taking it serious and doing it. But I was doing it for a way out, and now it seems like everybody wanted me to talk about, which was true. Everybody did want. They was part of my team at one point that was like, yo, you're not dressing. You got to dress like a girl, and you're not. You too hard, and you're not talking about selling pussy, and that's what these bitches want to hear. And so that's kind of a part of the reason why I just was like, I can't do music no more, because that's not what I'm trying to promote, and that's not who I want to be. So, but if I wanted to be like just overly sexualized, I would have kept Tip Drill, but that wasn't me.
Probably would have been,
and that's not what my music was about. So it wouldn't have made sense.
So where did the name originally come from? Like the Tip
Drill?
Yeah.
So my name was Fantasy Red or something like that, or Cherry Red when I first started, or China Red, something like that. And like I said, when I first started dancing, I would do like booty shaking. Like I didn't really have no sexuality to me like the other girls. So at this time, the Nelly video came out, and in the video, everybody's like dancing, everybody's fine as fuck, whatever. So, and they moving real fast. The girls down here didn't dance fast like that. They were just like, because they had ass and shit, they was just sexy with it. So when I went on stage one day, this girl came and she was like, yo, you dance fast like the girls in the Tip Drill video. You need to call yourself Tip Drill. And I'm like, I'm not calling myself Tip Drill. It'd be like, it must be ass and ain't your face. Like, I'm not calling myself that. She was like, yo, trust me, call yourself Tip Drill. So I told the DJ to call me as Tip Drill on stage. I went on stage and it stuck. Like that name and then my style of dancing, it went together. But I hated that name. I hated that name. I feel like it only sounds good when they're saying Tip Drill to the top side. Other than that, like calling me in public, like seeing me in public and be like, yo, what's up, Tip Drill? Like, I hate it. And then like to this day, it'd be like OGs or older people that come from the strip club world that when they see me, they be like, Tip Drill. I be like, bro, it's Tip.
When I say your name, I be like, Tip Drill, Miami Tip.
It's Tip. I hate Tip Drill. I hate it. Tip Drill is so ugly.
You was Tip before Tip.
No, he was there.
Yeah, that was both Tip at the same time?
We was both Tip at the same time.
So when you made this transition now from the strip club to being a bartender, now they got TV going on.
I was doing waitressing.
You was doing waitressing? Yeah. And then now we got Love and Hip Hop? How did Love and Hip Hop come about?
So after I did waitressing, I was doing waitressing to pay for music. So I was doing both at the same time. And then Love and Hip Hop came, and I was the first person they interviewed in Miami, and they came to me and they was like, oh, we want to do Love and Hip Hop Miami or whatever. So of course I was like, okay, I'm down, whatever. We shot a pilot, we did everything with like people that are nobody that made the cut for the pilot. So 3 years went by after that, and so I'm like, during these 3 years, I'm like, man, this shit ain't gonna happen. It's been 3 years. We shot a pilot. They didn't like it because it really wasn't no interest in people that they had on the pilot. So then they hit me up one day out of the blue. They're like, yo, we want to interview you again. We got different cast potential, whatever. So I go to that, and shit, we started filming like probably like 6 months after that, and it is Love and Hip Hop is a cool experience.
So is it like reality TV for real, or is it like a storyline piece of it, and then they try to mix stuff up and
I hate when people be like, oh, it's fake or it's it's not real. It's real because they ask you what's going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? So you tell them what's going on in your life. Then they'll be like, okay, what's up with you and this person? Different cast members. What's up with you and this person? You and this person. So clearly, if you say me and this person beefing, they're gonna be like, okay, well, this person's having a party. Guess who's gonna be there? They're gonna be there, and you have the option to be like, well, I ain't fucking with them. I don't want to be there. You know what I'm saying? Or you have an option of getting your money and doing whatever the fuck you got to do on camera. As far as like coming up with storylines and stuff like that, people do like try to exaggerate and enhance stuff. I don't exaggerate. I'm not doing nothing I don't want to do. If I am not really not in love with a nigga, I'm not bringing a nigga on TV just to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, cause my shit, I like to be authentic. I like it to be real. So I'm not gonna go on TV with a nigga that's really not mine, and then this nigga bring a girl on, and then me and this girl beefing. I'm really mad, you know, because I take shit personal. So before it even I won't even play like that. Do some people do it? Yeah, some people do it, but I feel like I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Them checks, they don't. People will be like, oh, they don't get paid a lot. I feel like the cheapest person is probably getting we work 6 months, we're off 6 months. The person with the lowest is probably getting paid between 20 and 30,000, but that's a lot of money at one time. Like, it's Love and Hip Hop is not supposed to save your life. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of money. A lot of people on Love and Hip Hop, some of them have not had anything going on, or they don't have anything big enough going on, so those checks come in handy. I know me, I got 10 ways of making money, but them fucking checks, I be looking forward to, I be like, yo, y'all showed me 30 seconds on this episode, I get paid for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is, so it's a little bit, but there's so much more that TV offers. It broadens your fan base, so now you're getting booked. You know what I'm saying? Then you can sell merch. There's other ways for you to you know, to gain off of doing that. It's not just them paying you, which a small-minded, hating-ass person, you know, they talk shit about all the reality stars. But if you watch a lot of reality stars, a lot of them, you watch them, their looks level up, you know, their swag level up. Like, motherfuckers level up. Now, it might not be, you know, it might be some crazy shit, but they level up. Like, the money's come through them checks, and they get other opportunities. So
they give you like a bonus if you fight. They be like, yo, tip.
No, you actually get fined. Your checks will get taken away. Like, if you fight, hell yeah. If you fight.
How you get a bonus? They don't be like, yo, if you do this, you get.
We don't get bonuses.
Okay, I'm just checking.
You don't get bonus like no. You don't get bonuses like if you do something like nah. The only like your pay increases every season if they're using you, but now if you're a fan favorite, obviously you'll go from 3,000 to 30,000. You can if you become a fan's favorite. That's like the only bonus, I think, but that's working for it.
You good where you at when it comes to reality TV?
Yeah.
Or you want more? You want to go further? Like,
well, with TV, I'm a real nigga. I got a real nigga life. I fuck with niggas that is not going on TV. My family, we all discombobulated. Like, I'm not putting that shit on TV. Like, I got real nigga problems. So I was cool just jumping in with my friends, saying my little one. Like, if you notice, I was never like a main cast member, but I was a main cast member. Like, the shit was crazy. I was able. We didn't never really get personal on me. You ain't see too much of my family on like the crazy side, you know, going through shit. I'm not on there with a nigga cheating on me and fucking 10 hoes. Like, I know how to maneuver, you know what I'm saying? And
so there's not gonna be no licensed tip love in Miami.
I don't think nah, because
if they come here and be like, yo, tip, come on, we'll give you like this amount of bread.
Do your own show.
Because that's exploiting. Like, I got a lot of respect if I'm fucking with somebody. First, anybody, the type of niggas I fuck with, they're not doing that. So I wouldn't even. We're not gonna talk about that. But my family, like, I ain't gonna exploit like my mom, my son. Like, they wanted me to talk to my son about me dancing on TV because I had never told him that I danced. My son was like 14 when I first stared doing Love and Hip Hop. So so I made sure of it. I didn't want nobody trapping me. So I wasn't willing to talk to him about me being a dancer on TV. it would have made good TV because obviously some people have to go through that or have gone through that. But I feel like I owed my son more respect than that. But it did give me, to talk to him, you know, mom to son, off TV. So
what that conversation was like how did he take it?
My son, he's so sheltered and like so far away from that life at that time, so far away from that life that when I told him, I was really telling him out of respect because, you know, he was going into high school the next year, and then he was going, you know, kids know parents that might know me, and I ain't want a kid to be like, that's why your mom was a stripper, and then this nigga be like, well, what's a stripper? You know, I didn't want that. I wanted to already put it out there, explain it to him or whatever, but he didn't really. I still don't think he fully understands the depths of it. You know what I'm saying? But he knows his mom is not regular. And I always say, you don't have a regular mom. Like, your mom is not.
Well, he see you on TV, so he know, like. So.
That's the most, and that's the cool thing, that my goal was always to stop dancing by the time he turned 16. I was done dancing by the time he turned 16. So really all he saw was, like, me doing TV and doing hostings and, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really. He was around during the dancing, but he was younger. He don't know what's going on.
What was it like his first time seeing you on TV?
My son, it's just a way of life for, like, he don't care. Cause I'm a mom, like, at home. I don't bring all that shit home. We ain't partying. I ain't have like. I don't bring I'm mom, and I'm a real mother, like Kanisha.
You don't bring Kanisha home.
I don't bring Kanisha home.
Kanisha home.
Kanisha.
Kanisha, Jamaica.
Kanisha.
That's what they say, right? Right? You wouldn't say Kanisha.
I don't know. My best friend's Jamaican, but everybody calls me Kiki. So, like, my people who really know me, they'll be like Key. So my best friend, she just calls me Key. I ain't never really heard her say.
You was in Jamaica the other day, right?
Yeah, we were filming out there.
How many times? That was the first time you been?
That was the first and only. I want to go back because it was really work. It wasn't like I got to. And then my best friend, she's like, "Oh, we gotta take you there. I gotta take you there." So I do want to go back.
Excitement. I
want to go where the niggas is at. Where the niggas with the money is at. And I heard it's some of them over there, so I'm going back.
That's a hot seat in there, people. Soup Scudder. Over a tip, we have one reason you that. Ken.
What's it called? P Valley?
Oh, yeah.
You was on P Valley?
Yeah.
You was on it?
Yeah, I did like a cameo. I had like a little speaking one line, but it was cool. They was paying homage to girls that, you know, reigned in the strip club or whatever. So it was cool. It was a cool experience. But I feel like all this TV stuff, like I'm working on my own series, and I've always been a writer, like a book writer, and I went to school for film production. A lot of people don't know that. So I've always been writing scripts and stuff. So my goal has always been to do TV, but I've been in this, you know, Miami Tip life where I'm partying and all this shit, so the important stuff kind of was pushed back. But going through all these experiences of doing Love and Hip Hop and then doing P Valley, I got to see a lot of shit, and it's helping me, and I feel like for my end goal, like, you know what I'm saying, because there's a lot of shit that I learned actually doing it. So P Valley obviously is next level from reality TV, so that was like a cool. I had my own trailer. I felt like a movie star for real. Like it was crazy. It was definitely different, and the way they work is different. So it was cool. I feel like that's all for like my ending goal. But yeah, that experience. It was just cool to be noticed, I guess. You know, it was cool.
So when you was coming up now, right? I know you came up, did all this early in life, but when, at what point did you like look in the mirror and was like, wait,
never.
You never looked in the mirror and said, wait a minute, I'm Tip Drill? Like wait a minute, nah?
Nope. I feel everything is just everything for me is a hustle. Everything is, I'm getting paid, I'm elevated, I'm doing different shit. I got shit to do, you know what I'm saying? So I look at everything that I'm doing it's a way of life. It's just a way for me to pay my bills, to take care of my family. I don't really, you know, I've never been big-headed. I ain't never feel like I'm better than nobody else or nothing. Like, I don't really look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, like I'm Tip. Sometimes it'd be like a lot when I go out, really like outside of Florida or whatever, and I'll see like white people and like older people run up to me like, oh my God, Miami Tip, and it just be like, cool. But like I said, I've been doing it since I was 13. I've been popular in Fort Lauderdale since I was 13. I've always been. So it's just regular to me. Like, I don't know.
Where's the strangest place you ever been booked at? And you was like, what the hell am I doing here?
LaBelle, Florida.
LaBelle.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of it before I went there. I still don't hear nothing about it now.
LaBelle. Where is this?
And it's somewhere up north. It's like a couple of hours north, like 2 or 3 hours north. But it's a small city, I guess. But a lot of those small cities, like everybody's just high. I don't know what kind of drugs they have out there, but the drugs is not the same. Like I don't know what kind of drugs the country people be on, but they be on it. But yeah, that was like the craziest place.
So you got booked out there, went to an event, and it was people there though. It was
people there, but it was just it's different, and it was just small, and it was just, I don't know, it was weird. But I've been to a lot of crazy places because I used to tour with Bigger Rankins. So Bigger Rankins thing is doing the Chitlin circuit. So there's nothing that I haven't seen or nothing that's too crazy, because when you hit in the they call it the Chitlin circuit, which as any artist I feel like should go through Bigger Rankin or something that is on that level. Now I don't know who would be out next to Bigger Rankin right now, but that's an experience that I feel like every artist should have, because you're hitting the Chitlin circuit. These are cities and towns where they have nothing to really look up to. So if you blow it up, they're gonna think you're the biggest person. You go out there and they pay. Those people, they pay what you want. You know what I'm saying? Because those people are coming out for whatever. But these are all the little cities, like the LaBelles. And when we're going to New Orleans, it's not gonna be the big cities. It's gonna be in the little cut, the little hoods and shit like that. So I've been to a lot of like weird cities and country cities where it's like where it's fucking just like cows everywhere. Like we just driving, it's fucking black as fuck. 3 fucking lights on the street. Like
you ever perform out of the state?
Huh?
You ever perform out of the country? Like
out of West, like dancing or artists? Either way. No.
You dance out of state? You ever dance like out of Miami? Like you ever hit a pole anywhere else?
Oh yeah, I mean all over. I'm international, baby.
Oh yeah, like you didn't hear what country? You went to another country?
I ain't never go to another country though. But I never went to another country because I don't like traveling outside of America.
Why?
Like Jamaica was the second place that I've been to, right? And I only went there because out of America, that's the second place I went to. And I only went there because I had to work. It was for the show. And then I went to Bahamas. They booked me in Bahamas for a 3-day weekend. And I was just so scared because I don't want to drink other people's water. I don't want to sleep on people's bed and come back with bed bugs and stuff. No, let me tell you. So with Bahamas, this was the first time I was going out of the country. I flew in. I hated the whole customs process. It was new. I was like, what? Why am I sending this line? So I was booked and I was supposed to do like 3 different events. The first event, I didn't get drunk. I was so like paranoid. I wanted to go home. I was supposed to be there for 3 days. I flew home in 9 hours. I went to that shit and I took the first flight back home.
You do that a lot. You fly and like you go to the event and you come right back home.
That's what I do because it's work. It ain't no party.
Saying you don't have a team no with party. You, like rolling with a team?
Yeah, I have like before I had a team, like a 4-person, 5-person team. I walk with security, all that. But now I have like 1 or 2 people, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it's work. Is we going here to get this money and we're going home. I would drive 6 hours. We driving to Jacksonville. We driving up there. We're going to do the show for 2 hours because I only booked for 2 hours, and I'm going back home. Like we ain't partying.
Like, tip a real nigga. Like she don't like she came here. Like she ain't come with nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. You feel me? Like
I mean, but a lot. I'm very. I fuck with you though. You know, so I'm good with you. Like now if it's something that I feel like I gotta be, I ain't gonna do it. I don't really care to be doing all that. I'll be in my bed sleeping. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's always been a problem of mine. Like me really, because being an artist or just being an influence at all, like it takes all of this. It takes like, you know, doing podcasts, doing interviews, doing shows. Like I'll get booked for shows and they used to call me back in front end shorty because they'll pay me the front end, but I'm not showing up to the show and to get the back end. And then the people would be like, oh, we want our front end back. I'd be like, bro, I posted your shit on Instagram. So some of the people y'all made some money. Like I don't really care to. I don't know. It's something wrong with me. I guess I just feel like this is just all a part of, you know, getting to where that I'm going. This ain't the, you know, I don't.
So some nights you go with your vibe. Like if you book somewhere and it say your spirit say you ain't going, you not going.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I'm like that too.
But really, it don't be because of my spirit. It just be because I can make money going right down the street at home. I ain't got to get on no plane or nothing. And I'd be like, man, I'll make double your back end at home. I don't know, but it's not a good way to be because there's people who will die for, you know, the opportunities that I have. And it's not that I'm taking them for granted or nothing. I don't know. It's just how I am. I don't fucking know.
With your life that you lived and everything you have, right? You made a book and you have a movie in process. So the book, you got one book or two? It's two books.
I got one book. I've written 3. I haven't put them out yet because with the book, I never really... My book, I've always been a writer. Like, I read a lot of books. I always write. So I wrote my book the 2 years that I was down after I fell. I wrote my book. There was no marketing plan or nothing. I just wanted to write the book. And I felt like, okay, bitch, you're a whole stripper. Nobody's gonna care about this fucking book. No, like, strippers don't read. Niggas don't read. Like, ain't nobody... So Instagram came about, and I just posted the book on Instagram. I probably sold, like, so many books that first day. I was like, oh shit, this is another hustle. You know, so, but I was still making a lot of money in the club. So that was always my first priority. So I didn't really pay attention to the book. I never put a marketing plan together or nothing. It was like years after the marketing plan, after the book, that I was like, okay, let me do like some promo videos. And that's when, you know, one of the videos that you're in. But those promo videos was like not about me being a director. It wasn't like, I wasn't trying to be a director. It was really just promo for my book. I'm like, all the other book authors, they're not making promo videos like this that look like music videos and shit. So I was like, let me do that. It was just a marketing thing, but I still didn't follow up with that. I never did a book signing or nothing like that. So now this year is the first year, like, my book is about to be available on all book platforms. It'll be in Barnes and Nobles. It's just, my book right now is only on Amazon. That's because I did everything on my own. So now my goal is to make my book bigger and to really follow up with the next books. But all this time, like, I was slowly writing all my other books because I knew that this day would come that I would take it serious and that I would be able to get a real big marketing strategy and really get a return on my investment and, you know, brand myself as an author. So now, as I'm doing that, I'm also really trying to do a big production TV series of the book, which it's gonna work. It just has to get shot, but the shit costs so much money for 3 minutes. Like, I'm trying to shoot a pilot.
None of that. It's gonna be a tip book. We gonna see on TV, nigga.
Right.
Better though.
I still got my part in it.
Yeah, I got you.
He's shown us that video like 700 times.
It's my most favorite video.
It was a good video.
It was a good video. It was a great video. Not just, it was great, right? It was a great video.
It was a good video.
Yo, so speaking about videos, right? I'm like an Instagram nigga, right? So like, I've been on Instagram since day one, like forever.
It took me so long to get into Instagram.
I seen everything like on Instagram. We watched mad videos, right? So I see you a lot of times with Extension in videos. Y'all made songs together. Y'all was cool. Like, y'all was
we got one song together.
A video and everything. No,
he didn't do the video, but I shot a video to it. I used like some of the behind the scenes from when we were in the studio together in the video, but he didn't shoot the video. But we did a record together.
I seen you performed with him before too.
I went to like a couple of his shows that he had. One in LA and one out here.
All right, so you still do music management? Because I remember you was managing Sukihana.
Yeah. I think me doing music management, I think anything in the music industry, in this whole social media, everything entertainment, it's too fake for me. It's too fake. It's too, and like, I go off of morals and I stand on what I say, and I think in the music business, it's too much like ass kissing, it's too much politics, it's too much dick riding. You got to do too much to people using you, people like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's too much. And even with paperwork, you know, because Suki, I didn't have paperwork on, but Suki also, I still don't regret not having paperwork because she gave me my first opportunity to come from being an artist, someone who's never done management, to help her. But everything that I said I was going to do, I did it. You know, I learned my lesson from not having paperwork, obviously, when things went south or whatever. But I don't regret nothing. I don't wish bad. Like, I don't be like, oh, this bitch is this because of me or whatever. Like, you know, I'm just grateful for the opportunity so that I was able to get other women to help. But it's still, even with paperwork, artists is like babysitting. And me, let me tell you something. When it comes to money and something that I feel like can elevate, even if it doesn't work, or I feel like I gotta get up. Like, I'm getting up, I'm going to the studio. I want to be on, like, what we doing today, what we gotta handle, like, you know what I'm saying, to try to make this shit happen. With an artist, you gotta kind of like babysit, like, do this, do that, do that. And I don't feel like I should have to tell nobody, like, if you know this is your dream,
money, wake up,
right, like, this is what we gotta do. And I feel like in the beginning it's cute. You know, you might get an artist who comes from absolutely nothing, knows nothing about being an artist. So, yeah, you might have to guide them and do the whole artist development thing. But after a certain time, it's like...
You're supposed to be developed by now.
But I don't know if that's a problem with me or, like, if I shouldn't be like that as a manager. Because I know there's a lot of managers out here that are more patient. And but I don't got the time.
Because you do it. So if they not built like you...
And
like,
the thing is... Like,
they don't got that same...
Right, and the thing, like, the thing for me is also, I was an artist. I put my own money up, booked all my own, damn near was doing all my shit on my own. Like, I would go from the strip club to the studio, go home, take my son to school, leave him, go to a photo shoot, go back to the studio, go back to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like I was trying to make it all work. So if this is your dream, I feel like people should just naturally do it, and they just don't. And I don't know if I don't have enough empathy for artists that don't move like that, but I don't even got time to try to find an artist that does move like I'm just, it's too much babysitting. Then, like, when you do have an artist, you gotta like ass kiss with the DJs and the people. And to me, I feel like if you see something that has potential, artists a lot of times, sometimes they don't have the money or the means. You know what I'm saying? Why would you not want to try to be a part of the team or something that has potential from the jump, instead of, like, DJs would not play my music unless I paid them. You know what I'm saying? So me, I was sending DJs like, oh, check your account, it's $1,000. You know, fucking with different DJs, like at least $2,000-3,000 each DJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, check your account, and then they still not showing me the love that I feel like
that you paid for.
But that I paid for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's still like that. But thank God that social media is here, so it kind of makes it easier for a lot of artists to break through. But even if you break through on social media, there's still levels to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can feel like you pop because of TikTok, but there's gatekeepers. You can't get past them Jewish people that's at the top. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually everybody's goal when you want to be like Jay-Z or you want to be like a Rick Ross or something. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfuckers went to them levels, and there's shit that you have to go through, and all that shit that you have to go through, I can't fuck with, because I can't kiss no ass. I can't, like, I tried it. And I can't, like, I ain't got time for none of the fake shit. So it's just, I love the music industry. I love the business aspect of it. I love it. I just can't.
So there's no more management for Sukihana, Diamond the Body. You just...
No, I fuck with Diamond the Body. We're still cool. That's my dog. But I just think music management just ain't for me. Diamond is someone, she's already molded. She's already her own person. So to even have someone, me as a manager, coming in trying to direct you or babysit you or whatever, she already has her own, like, and then she's a dancer. She gets her money. So you already know, like, bitch, she's like, I could pay for whatever it is that I want. So I'm gonna go.
Diamond to go get it. She know, you know what I mean? So that's...
So Diamond, like, she already has her own money, so it's like, whatever I want to do, I'm gonna pay for it, whatever. Then I come and tell her, like, it's a smarter way to do this, bro. Like, we don't gotta do all that. We ain't gotta pay all that. But I get it, what she's doing, because I was like that. But yeah, I still fuck with Diamond. Diamond, like, could call me for anything. You need anything, any connect, any help, any whatever, she'd call me for anything. But as far as anybody else and me looking for another artist, an artist would have to come with their own money. Like, I'm talking about a lot of money, $500,000 up top, up front. Like, you know, not to give to me, but for a budget for us to do the right shit. To get you know what I'm saying? Because this shit is not first of all, everything is social media driven. To get on them blogs is expensive. You know, so you gotta have for me to want to do it, you gotta have some money and talent. It gotta be both. You can't just be like, because I don't even care to get paid to do the shit. Because there's a lot of people that be like, oh, I'll pay you monthly to do it. I can't. If you don't know how to rap, I cannot.
You lost your Instagram page a few times, right?
A lot.
But you got businesses going on your Instagram page. So when you like lose your pages and stuff, does it affects your business, right?
Yeah, like my whole everything digitally is Instagram.
You ever feel like you wish you could like sue Instagram for taking your page?
Hell yeah, I always say that. I'd be like, yo, but I ain't never read the small
the small print. I
the shit that they told me to accept all. When they told me to accept all, I ain't read it.
Why they be taking your gram so much?
I don't know, cause I don't do shit. I'm not wild like all the other girls. I'm not sexual. I don't post shit that's disrespectful. I'm not showing my ass. I don't show titties.
People be hating on you, like reporting your page and stuff.
That's probably what it is, cause I talk a lot of shit. But
That's it. That's why I asked him, because I'm like, no, why they taking tip page so much?
Cause I talk a lot. I be in the comments and I be talking shit, or I'll see something and I'll be like, man, that shit cap. This is what it is. But I be in my bed or I be on the toilet taking a shit. Like I don't be giving a fuck, and people take it like this. They take it so personally, and then they take it outside of social media.
I'm rub you out on Instagram. You think of business. Take Instagram and go on.
So like, what's next for Tip? Like, what you got coming for 2023?
Well, my book will be available on all platforms, and Barnes & Noble, that's like really big for me. Doing an actual book signing. I got 2 more books dropping right after that, and getting this fucking series completed that I've been working on forever. But I'm doing it independently, and film shit is like extremely expensive.
And dancing is...
Oh no, it's dancing. My son is 18, bro. He's gonna be 19 this year. So
people... All of the young ones, them zup. When I've got watch a video, them no more tips.
But people don't really even associate me with dancing no more.
Dancing no more? It's gone now. Ever since you on Love and Hip, it's like Tip from Love and Hip Hop now.
Because I feel like social media, it's the era of people that's on there is right after me dancing. Yeah, so they don't really know. All they know is me on TV and me talking shit. Yeah. That's it. So I don't really get dancing. And then shit, I don't know. It's been almost 5 years. I ain't danced at all.
Shit, nigga. You fucking went through the struggle.
I bowed out gracefully.
You was like, yo, yeah, I am. And I'm chilling. I could go home every day and sleep in my bed.
Exactly.
Jamaicans, you know, and a lot of people, you don't want to know in a relationship. Like right now.
I got niggas.
Serious one? I got niggas are in a relationship.
Look at her finger. It look like she taking a ring.
That's what I want to ask.
Let me see if she's looking.
I don't see no ring.
No.
Her finger got the
it's there. She take it off a lot.
Never.
I'm not in a relationship right now. Right now I'm working on myself and getting my goals accomplished.
You gotta fix something?
Huh?
Something broken?
I mean, I've been wild all my goddamn life, meaning like in the nightlife, just that whole keeping up with that image and shit like that. It's time to sit down and really, like, I have so many opportunities to level up to where I don't have to be in the strip club and shit like that. I just gotta focus on it, which is these books and this TV series. I stopped drinking. I haven't drank in a month and a week. That might not sound like a long time, but that is a long time and a big accomplishment.
A month and a week?
But it's gonna be forever.
Well,
okay.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Good luck with this endeavor.
But that's where I'm at in life, like really working on me, because and then these men, the person that I'm supposed to be, they can't have that. You know what I'm saying? So it
like
can't.
You have a heart, though, Tip. Like,
so through all this shit, you thought I didn't have a heart?
You ever been in love before? Like, you ever find that one, like,
yes,
before?
Yeah.
And then they went away?
Yeah, I don't fuck with them no more.
so Tip
get hurt.
Tip doesn't.
Yeah.
Tip doesn't want to get married in life?
Yeah. That's my ultimate goal. But I don't feel like people should get married until they're 50. I don't feel like people...
Tip, what you mean?
I feel like people should not get married until they're 50. I don't think people should have kids until they're 30. And I think that you can have kids before you're married.
Marry you right now.
Huh?
I know somebody that will marry you right now.
Do you have some money? This is my cousin.
You gonna pay for the wedding?
That's my cousin.
So get out your brain, nigga. Wait. Nigga, get out your brain.
But we from Alabama.
me like that.
Thank you. Say it again.
Never.
Say it again.
That's why I'm cool and comfortable. Because if he would have, it would have scared me away.
Thank you.
But he ain't never like.
So when a guy come on to you like.
When I feel look, girl, and them thing there.
Huh?
Sometimes
depends how they do it. Right?
Depends on how you do it. Yeah.
Well, tip we want to see at Jamaica. You need to go to Jamaica. You know what I mean, go to the parties, them, and you know what I mean, all the vibes, cause we see like you love Jamaicans.
I want to.
See, like, you hang with Jamaicans and you love us, right?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I mean, I grew up around Jamaicans. My best friend is Jamaican. Like,
big up the best friend. Big up the best friend.
Trina.
Big up Trina. Yeah.
Sue, what part of Jamaica you from, Sue?
Don't ask him.
Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Yeah, good answer. I like that. Jamaica, Queens, New York.
Are you from Queens?
Nah, I'm from the Bronx. I was born in the Bronx.
Okay.
I was born in the Bronx, Tip.
Okay.
I'm from New York.
Huh?
I'm from New York.
Duh.
Tip, you can't hear him, Tip. Him not so like him from nowhere down here.
I mean, but you know, Miramar niggas be sounding like the way they sound. Yeah, they do sound like that. They sound Jamaican, New York.
It does not sound like
Miramar niggas, they do sound Jamaican, New York. They are Jamaicans, but they be from New York. But they moved to Miramar.
Nah, it's a lot of Jamaicans in Miramar.
It's true.
Nah, it's a fact. Everybody got a cousin that's a Jamaican from New York and Miramar.
Yeah, and then they all the Miramar boys, they talk Jamaican and they like speak patois and Jamaican like you. I mean, you got the. I mean, I don't fucking know. You sound like you from New York, yes.
Yeah.
I just didn't know for sure.
I see like Jamaican man, you know.
I had one Jamaican boyfriend.
One?
Mad Max.
What? Mad Max? Max, put it in, Max.
Nah, that's what it was.
Yo, Max, if you watching this, leave a comment. Yo, word up. You wanna know what's going on, Max?
And he had a lot of money.
Max had a lot of money.
But he was crazy.
Yeah?
He was too possessive.
Yo, this sounds like a Max we know. We gotta call our Maxes. We know a lot of Maxes with a lot of money.
You cook?
Huh?
You cook?
Do I cook?
Yeah.
I was like, am I on coke? Nigga, what? I don't even drink.
English, nigga. Fuck you, nigga.
Yes, I cook.
Yeah?
Yes, I cook. And my Jamaican best friend, she taught me a lot of stuff.
A word?
Yeah.
You know a lot of Jamaican stuff?
I
What's
cook
your
with a lot
Jamaican meal?
Probably like I love brown stew chicken and brown stew fish. That's my favorite. Yeah. But she taught me a lot of stuff to cook.
What
but I do
else
cook.
you know about Jamaica?
I cook every night.
For real?
Yes.
What you know about Jamaica? What else, like, when they say Jamaica, what's, like, top 5 things that come to your head?
About the country Jamaica or just Jamaicans?
Just Jamaicans.
Nothing, just that they crazy.
They crazy? What else?
That's it.
5 things. That's it.
Jamaicans are crazy, 1.
They smoke a lot of weed.
They smoke a lot of weed, that's 2.
That's 2.
The girls know how to dance.
That's
3.
I guess that's it.
Hold up.
Them dreads don't throw a lot of money? Them dreads don't throw a lot of money?
She ain't finished yet, that shit.
I'm helping her. Them dreads don't throw a lot of money. The dreads don't got money.
Like in the clubs?
Yeah. Damn.
Nah,
so.
That's
Yeah, but Jamaicans don't go to frequently. I only know like a couple, and all the Jamaicans I know, they're like you, like Americanized type Jamaicans that go to the strip club. And like, in order for me to see different types of Jamaicans, I gotta go to a Jamaican club, which I go to like what is it, Grand Cafe sometimes?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I go there sometimes. It's my little spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
real.
I think I see a double tap or something like that.
Double tap.
What the fuck is that?
That's the name of the party.
That's the name of the party that you was at.
Oh, okay, got it.
What the fuck was that?
Double tap. It was on a Sunday.
So that means you never like hang with like a real 100% Jamaican.
My best friend, I can call her right now. Like, she's a real Jamaican. Like her English is not all that good.
A lie, nigga.
But she wouldn't know she born in Jamaica. She got to say Jamaica. I made a vacation. Yo, that's it.
Yo, I gotta go to the bathroom, yo. So yo, let's take these pictures with Tip. Yo, where we can find you at, Tip?
In Miami.
In Miami.
Nah, I mean,
social media. I got my book coming out. The book is called The Bottom Line. The first, it's gonna come out. I'm doing a redrop. So that's soon coming. I'm working on my series. That's all I'm focused on right now. Is just this TV series and my book. So y'all not getting no antics from me. You might see me on TV here and there, but that's not like I want to do my own shit. I want to have my own TV show, do my own shit. I don't want to be in nobody else's shit. So, yeah, and then y'all can follow me. Where's the camera? I don't even know what camera I was. I've been looking at y'all. All right, whatever. Cool. And then everything on social media is Miami Tip 305.
Miami Tip 305 right there, yo. This was Dancehall Hot Seat. You already know what it is. Y'all heard it first. She gonna put me in her movies and all that good stuff.
So, no more the movie then.
Yo, let me finish the show, bro. Can I finish the show, bro?
Remember when we was doing the video, we just kept laughing, especially you. Look, it was that laugh.
I fuck him on this and a tip.
Yo, the whole time you could not even get.
Y'all understand what happened?
And then I didn't even tell him what type of scene he was doing.
I went there, bro. Good thing I took a shower and I was clean, bro. I'm in there at the shoot, and I'm just sitting there waiting, and she's just walking around, and all of a sudden she finished one part, and she walks by me, and she's like, "Yo, I'm gonna exit it." I'm like, "What? What do you mean? Like, what's going on here?" I was like, "Wait, I gotta." And she's like, "Take off your clothes." I'm like, "Clothes?" I'm like, "Take off my clothes." I'm like, "All right, yo, I did push. I had no idea where I was going. Good thing I did some push-ups, yo. That day I was looking a little. Yo, I swear, I had no idea what was going on. And I left it with this big sex scene. I was like, yo. I called my man. I was like, yo, you wouldn't believe what just happened.
I didn't tell him nothing. That was the funniest part because he really didn't know what
I had no idea what was going on, yo.
And then he laughed the whole time.
Because it was making funny, me laugh. Yo. I was just like, is we really doing this right now? It was a good time though.
Dancehall Hot Seat to them people all over the media. You understand? View it, subscribe. Remember, some don't really like somehow know that talk, but you're alright. Big up yourself. I love you, yeah?
No, we keep it work going.
I understood everything you just said.
You understand that? She understand it. Big up, fuck off.
Yo, Dancehall Hot Seat. If you ain't hot, you can't get up in the seat. You're
better hot. Yeah.
Alright, let's take these pictures real quick.
Yo, somebody throw Tig at the split.
Yeah. I can't. Come and get it. Come in. We ain't shooting no more. I don't want nothing to fall out.
Nah, I'm coming for it. Ain't shit gonna drop.
But after all, it's a place too bad, so.
I'll give it
this and so put it up. I'll give it this and but I give it this.
Y'all niggas just talk shit though. And then forget to get this high off of my way.
Never want to get that up for the show, bro. After the show, you see first. They start beefing.
Right here, you have to move the red seat.
You wanna see a little booty so you look taller? Sit on my shoulder. Charlie me in the pizzle. Like this.
Why? The camera don't go up?
Where the camera at?
Shut up, bitch.
No, who is it? My phone.
You use this.
Oh no, do it with my phone then. Because if it's gonna be off the phone, we can do it. So I can just mine so I can edit it and all that
stuff. Yo, we need this picture tonight.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Tonight.
I'm not.
Yo, take.
No.
She said, I
know how to edit.
Stop being like that, too.
Everybody get close.
Hold on, wait. I have fun seeing shit.